So for the past little while, I've been really wondering what my YouTube channel is going to kind of be about. And I think I finally have some answers to that. To give you some context, hi, I'm Josh, hence the name of the channel. This is Sarge over here, who's currently asleep being all cute. He's about 11 months old. He will be in about 5 days. For what I do, what do I do for a living? Because I think I need to give you some understanding of the foundation of what we're working with, of why I have any reason to be saying anything. I am a freelance filmmaker, motion graphic designer, animator, do a lot of stuff in After Effects, director, producer, set designer, set builder, all those things. I do a lot of different hats in the freelance world right now due to my business. And I also work full-time for my church at the moment, which is super fun and super awesome. And you might have a question, Josh, what are you doing working in a church? What kind of content, what are you designing? Let me show you just a couple examples. So those are just a couple of examples of what I've been working on over the past 12 months. And I'm hoping that kind of lays a bit of a foundation to give you some understanding of what I bring to the table, of what I love to do, love to design. And so this kind of, I think, helps answer some of the questions of what do I want my channel to be. Because for the past 4 videos that I produced, man, some of them were like, I need to make something as viral as possible that gets the most amount of views, the most amount of watch hours and subscribers and click-through rates and all those things, trying to be as YouTube-y as possible. And I think that's doing a disservice to you and for me, actually. And what do I mean by that? I think the whole point of this channel was for me to be able to make things, try things, do things. And that really quickly became, I'm not getting enough views, therefore I'm not a good filmmaker. I'm not a good videographer, video editor, whatever. I can't make something that's gonna make you want to watch it, or I'm not a good enough communicator. And I didn't like those barriers that I was setting around myself for. And so what I want this channel to be is we're still leaning heavily in filmmaking because, as you saw, that is 95% of my free time and work and professional career is that much stuff. But there's also a lifestyle. There's also a life I live, taking this man for walks every morning. I have a half marathon on Sunday. Today's Friday. I have all these other things. I just want this channel to be a way of expressing myself through all those means that I have. I am not just a filmmaker. I love to run. I love playing video games. Those probably won't really make it on the channel, but you see what I mean? There's a lot more to me as a human than just video, cinema, the world of that, and filmmaking. I have a whole bunch of other stuff. And I want this channel to feel free to do that. And I understand that might not be the most interesting, but that's where I want to land on it. And I think too, and I will preface this by, hey mom, I know you're probably watching this video / dad. This is not how I would be announcing anything, to be clear, so this is not an announcement. But I kind of love the idea of this channel being an archive for my future children to be able to watch. I think that's kind of cool. Who cares about the algorithm? Who cares if a video does well? Not to say I won't put effort in, but I think it'd be really neat if my kid, whenever they get old enough, or wherever they discover YouTube and want to watch stuff, they can see how their dad grew up in some capacity, kind of into his late 20s, into his early 30s, how he lived life, the friends, the family, their grandparents, I guess, my parents, seeing how they were. I think to me, that is so special and unique, and something that I'd rather treat YouTube as an archive for memories than I need to seek the next biggest video and I have to produce this kind of content to try to get the views. That doesn't bring life to me, and I need this channel to bring me life because so much of else I do outside of this is pressure filled. So that's what I think the channel is going to be. Filmmaking and lifestyle. We're going to do some book stuff. I love reading, really got into that over the past 4 or 5 years, and whether it's, productivity books or filmmaking books, I want to do kind of whatever feels necessary to my growth and my journey, because a lot of this is therapeutic for me too. Of just being able to talk my ideas out on camera, have some of my friends and family watch it, and get feedback in the comments. That's it. That's That's the whole point of this. That's why I did this to begin with. So that's the plan. And if you're on board, amazing. And I already have a couple really cool projects coming up. Easter's in 40, 50 something days. We have a huge project for that. And so I will be doing a weekly update on that project from behind the scenes. We've termed it the gallery. And yeah, this is kind of my brainchild, have kind of full creative direction on it. And we're going to be building a DIY dolly to put my camera on. We're going to be, some real technical filmmaking, but also a lot of producing and just some really unique ways to help things feel immersive. And so if you think that's cool, I have lots of projects on the go, and that's what I'm going to show off. Lifestyle and all the projects I'm working on, instead of this like I need to make content for new creators, which I think are still incredibly important, don't get me wrong, but I don't think that's where I want to be. All right, I don't know how long this was, but we're gonna call it a wrap there. Hope you have a great week, and I'll see you next week for an update on the gallery. Bye.